One of the ways I've determined that you can gauge professional soccer in Canada is the types of questions you get from the immigration agents. And he said, "Where are you going?" And I said, "I'm going to Vancouver." "You mean Montreal, don't you?" And I said, "No, the Whitecaps will be joining us in 2011.
Portland is really at the sweet spot of all of that activity. So I can't wait for the opening next year, and congratulations, Merritt, Nick, and Randy. Thanks a lot to the mayor, and let's look forward to March of 2011.
I remember specifically where I was. I play in a beer hockey league on Friday nights, and it was Friday night. And I was in the dressing room getting dressed when I got the call from the commissioner saying that we're going to make an announcement that you pulled your bid. And I remember specifically told Commissioner Garber, we are not pulling our bid. If you feel that our bid is not high enough, then you go out and you say that it's not high enough, but we're not pulling our bid. My love of the game of soccer really started back in the late 80s when the NASL had a team here in Montreal called the Montreal Manic. Saputo, the company, was one of the sponsors. And we said, how difficult can it be going from being a sponsor to being an owner? So that's when we decided to get involved in the pro game. I like to believe we are a major league city, and a major league city needs a major league team. Regardless on whether we decide to move up or we stay in this particular league, we need to have our own stadium, a stadium that we could control. And that's when we built this stadium, we built it in a way that it could be expanded to 21,000 if ever we go to the MLS. So it was kind of a gamble, but we didn't look at it as a gamble back then. Looking back, you might say, well, that was tricky.
I mean, for me, if you would have told me 20 years ago when I started playing that you would have your own stadium to play in and then there'll be 20,000 fans, I'd say you're crazy.
I didn't think that the expansion price was right and was fair. But Vancouver paid it, and Portland paid it, and I wasn't ready to pay it. And we needed to wait a couple more years before resubmitting our bid and finally getting approved. We've always felt that Montreal was a great market, and that's why we decided to kind of make amends with the league and sit down and kind of explain to the league what was our point and why it was important for us to be there.
If you know Joey, he's very superstitious, and so when things go well, he doesn't want to break his routine, and you know, from shaking hands and having afternoon workouts before the game. But yeah, he's very passionate, and you know, he's got a team that wants to win, and everybody's behind him.
Montreal's a kind of funny city, you know. If you want instant recognition, you need to be successful, or at least you need to do all the right things to be successful. There's no such thing as a rebuilding year. I mean, you can't use those words here in this city. They don't accept it. Our fans want to see a certain style of play. Our fans want to see, you know, the European player or the South American player, because we speak the language and we understand the culture. We never thought about not making the playoffs. We're playing for a championship, so it wasn't that our goal this year is to make the playoffs. No, our goal is to win the championship. That's what drives me. That's what drives me not only off the field, but it's the same thing on the field. I hate losing. And you know, everyone in here knows that I hate losing more than I like winning. If I'm going to go into something, I want to make sure that I do it right. I don't want to lose. tous pour gagner. Together, we win.